Hello students, welcome to UK Science Learning. This is part 6, Life Processes. Today we are covering the topic transportation. Here the transportation means transportation in human being or multicellular organisms. So transportation here, it is a supply of blood, oxygen, minerals, etc. And this process of transportation is done by circulatory system. So first question is, who discovered blood circulation? So it is discovered by William Harvey in the year 1628. So in circulatory system there are basically four parts. First is heart, second is arteries, third is veins, fourth is blood and lymph. So here I will not discuss what is blood, because blood is a fluid connective tissue, and I will not tell you about what are RBC, WBC, what is the quantity of blood in human being, what is the pH of the blood, because you already studied these basic things in your earlier classes. So we are only covering the process of transportation in human being. So first is heart. So heart क्या होता है? It is a muscular organ which is as big as our fist. It is written here, the heart is a muscular organ which is as big as our fist. It remains safe in the pericardial membrane and its weight is around 300 grams. Next is parts of the human heart and their function. So before explaining you the process which takes place in human heart, you need to know some basic terms. First is arteries. What are arteries? So this is artery. So what its function is, they are elastic vessel. They are elastic vessel that transport blood away from the heart. It transport blood away from the heart to various organs. One thing which is very important, it carries always oxygenated blood, pure blood it carries. Artery always carries oxygenated blood. It means pure blood from heart to the various organs, and one exception is there, that is pulmonary artery. Arteries always carries pure blood except pulmonary arteries which always carries impure blood, Next is veins. This part is vein. Vein, they are also elastic vessel that transport blood to the heart, from the various organs of the body. It means it is carrying deoxygenated blood, that is impure blood. So it transporting blood to the heart from the various organs of the body, that is impure blood, deoxygenated blood. Again one exception is there, that is pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins carry only pure blood, that is pulmonary veins always carry pure blood, that is oxygenated blood. Next, capillaries. These are capillaries. ये आपकी capillaries हैं. Capillaries are small thin blood vessels. They are small thin blood vessels that connects arteries and veins. It is connecting arteries and veins. Capillaries are small thin blood vessels which are connecting arteries and veins. The thin walls allow oxygen, nutrients, carbon dioxide and waste product to pass to and from the tissue cells. So arteries, veins and capillaries. In multicellular organisms, the heart is of following three types. First is here, the heart is two-chambered. So the heart is two-chambered here. The example is fish, in which one atrium and one ventricle is present. Next is three-chambered heart. Three-chambered heart in which two atrium and one ventricle is present. Here the incomplete double circulation of blood takes place. Examples are amphibians and reptiles. Next is four-chambered heart. Four-chambered heart example are mammals and birds. where the four-chambered heart is there. We people have four-chambered heart in which two atrium and two ventricles are present, and here the double circulation of blood takes place so that the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood does not get mixed up. Okay, structure of heart. The human heart is four-chambered. Some terms are there like superior vena cava. Okay, heart is four-chambered. So this is right atrium, this is right ventricle, this is left atrium, and this one is left ventricle. So the terms here are superior vena cava, this is inferior vena cava, this one is superior vena cava, and this one is inferior vena cava. This is pulmonary wall, this one is tricuspid wall, इसको हम बोलते हैं tricuspid wall. This is aorta, this is pulmonary artery, this one is pulmonary vein. This is called bicuspid wall or mitral wall, bicuspid wall or mitral wall. This is aortic wall, this is septum. So this blue part carries, it means blue part means deoxygenated blood, it means impure blood, and this red part means oxygenated blood or pure blood. Okay, fine. And this is superior vena cava or this is inferior vena cava. And what is the function of superior vena cava? It carries blood from upper part of the body to right atrium, from upper part of the body. So it is carrying blood from the upper part of the body, and this blood is deoxygenated, impure blood. And inferior vena cava, it is carrying deoxygenated blood or impure blood from the lower parts of the body to right atrium. From upper part of the body carrying impure blood, from lower part of the body carrying impure blood to right atrium. Okay, through this right atrium the impure blood will go to right ventricle via tricuspid wall. So what is the function of tricuspid wall? It stops the backflow of blood between right ventricle and right atrium and right ventricle. What is its function? It stops the backflow of blood between right atrium and right ventricle. So from right ventricle the blood is going to lungs via pulmonary artery. So the pulmonary artery is carrying impure blood here. As I told you, the artery carries always pure blood, but one exception case is there, pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery carries impure blood and brings it to lungs, and in the lungs the purification of gases takes place, the exchange of gases takes place, and from there the pure blood reaches to left atrium via pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein function is it always carries pure blood, and this is the exceptional case because the vein carries always pure blood, but pulmonary veins carries pure blood. The vein carries always impure blood, but the exception case is pulmonary vein, it always carries pure blood, and through pulmonary vein the pure blood will reach to atrium. From left atrium it will reach to left ventricle via mitral vein or bicuspid wall. Okay, it allows the blood to flow from left atrium into the left ventricle. It's a function of mitral valve or bicuspid wall. It allows the blood to flow from left atrium into the left ventricle. So via this the blood will go to aorta. In aorta the pure blood is there, and through aorta the pure blood will reach to different parts of the body. Okay, via aorta the blood will reach to different parts of the pure blood will reach to different parts of the body. So one more is there, this is septum. So what is the function of septum? It prevents the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. What is the function of septum? It prevents the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Here the double circulation of blood is taking place because the blood is passing through the heart twice. One thing which is very important, one question which is very important is why there is a need of separation of right side and left side of the heart. The separation of right side and left side of the heart is very useful to keep oxygenated and deoxygenated blood from mixing. Okay, we have to keep them separate. We have need not this if the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will get mixed up, then the human or mammal will die. So this is very useful in animals because they need energy. For example, mammals and birds, they need lots of energy because they have to maintain their body temperature. But in case of lower animals, they change their temperature. Their body temperature depends on the environment. So in case of them, only 2-chambered heart, 3-chambered heart is there. But in case of higher animals or mammals, 4-chambered heart is there. Next is blood pressure. What is blood pressure? The force that the blood exerts against the walls of vessel is called blood pressure. What is blood pressure? The force that blood exerts against the walls of vessel is called blood pressure. Okay, the pressure is much greater in arteries than in veins. Why it is so? Just because the arteries, it carries pure blood and it's transport the pure blood from heart to the different parts of the body, and in case of veins it carries impure blood from different parts of the body to hearts. It means in arteries much pressure is there. Okay, two terms are here. First is diastolic pressure and systolic pressure. So what is systolic pressure? In systole, in which the heart muscle contracts. It means in systolic pressure, when the heart muscle contracts, it pushes the blood out of the heart and into the large blood vessels of the circulatory system, and from there the blood goes to all the organs and tissue of the body. So this pressure is known as systolic pressure, in which the blood goes to all of the organs and tissues of the body from heart. So this pressure is known as systolic pressure. During systole, a person's blood pressure always increases, which is around 120 millimeter of mercury. Next is diastolic. Diastole is when the heart muscles relaxes. Diastole means when the heart muscle relaxes. When the heart relaxes, the chambers of the heart fill with blood. When it relaxes, the chambers of the heart fill with blood and the person's blood pressure always decreases. This is 80 millimeter of mercury. Okay, that is diastolic pressure and systolic pressure. Okay, blood pressure is measured with an instrument called sphygmomanometer. It is measured, it is very important. The instrument which measured blood pressure is sphygmomanometer, and the high blood pressure is called hypertension and low blood pressure is called hypotension. In case of hypertension, it causes the constriction of arterioles, which result in increased resistance to blood flow, which can lead to the rupture of arteries, internal bleeding. Okay, even heart attack can occur. Okay, next is lymph. There is one more type of fluid which is also helpful in transportation. So the lymph is also known as tissue fluid. Here what happens, the plasma, protein and blood cells, they enters into the intercellular spaces in the tissue to form tissue fluid or lymph. Actually it is very similar to plasma, but it is colorless. It also contains less protein The main function of the limbs is it carries always digested and absorbed fat from the intestine, and it drain excess fluid from the extracellular space back into the ब्लड. जितना भी इनका एब्जॉर्ब फैट होता है इंटेस्टाइन से या डाइजेस्टेड फैट होता है, उसको क्या करता है, वो इंटेस्टाइन से लाता है और उसको दोबारा से किस में डालता है, ब्लड में इंक्लूड करता है. सो दिस इज द फंक्शन ऑफ लिम्फ. नेक्स्ट इज प्लेटलेट्स. Platelets are also known as thrombocytes and are blood vessels which are responsible for blood clotting. So इनको thrombocytes कहते हैं. They are responsible for blood clotting. If there is any injury is there, if there is any injury, any damage is there, so platelets क्या करते हैं, उसको healing करने में थ्रू ब्लड क्लॉटिंग वो क्या करते हैं, हेल्प करते हैं. सो ओके, इफ द प्लेटलेट्स काउंट इज लो, अगर प्लेटलेट्स का काउंट लो हो जाता है, दैट कंडीशन इज नोन एज थ्रोम्बोसाइटोपेनिया. द रिस्क ऑफ अनकंट्रोल्ड और प्रोलॉन्ग ब्लीडिंग इंक्रीजेस. अगर वहाँ पे ब्लड क्लॉटिंग नहीं हो पाएगी, द प्लेटलेट्स काउंट इज लो, सो देयर विल बी नो clotting. It means the risk of uncontrolled or prolonged bleeding increases. When there are too many platelets in the blood, a condition called thrombocytosis takes place. It means the abnormal blood clot formation will take place, which will be threatening to the life. Okay, we will continue the chapter in the next topic. Please like, subscribe the channel. Thank you.